So this, I think, is going to be called Angst and a Rusty Bike. And it's all about we've forgotten what it means to be human, isn't it? I think that's why we spend so much time wondering, what is the meaning? What is the purpose? Where's the fulfillment? Why am I always so dissatisfied? So let's see if we can get some insight into that. And we're going to use the example of a rusty bicycle. First, a quote. You may have heard this, it's ages old, bit of a cliche, that a human being propelling a bicycle to cruising speed is the most energy efficient form of transport on the planet. More efficient than a seagull, than a salmon, or a jet plane. And that is from a journal called Scientific American. So who would argue? Would you dare argue with science? I mean, after all, if you can't prove it, then we don't believe it. And then America, obviously. So it must be true. That's a fact. But look at this bicycle. It's been unused, abused for so long, it's hardly recognizable. In fact, if you hadn't seen a bicycle before, you wouldn't be able to imagine what a bicycle looked like or what it's capable of from this image. This object clearly doesn't know what it means to be a bike. It's long forgotten what it feels like to be a bike. So this bike, former bike, could be forgiven for wondering what its purpose was. Where's the meaning? For spending its days locked in thoughts of disillusionment, isolation and fear. Either that or dreaming of being a Mercedes-Benz or a spaceship. So spending its days in this endless cycle of not knowing and dissatisfaction until one day it's crushed altogether or rusts out of sight. Here's a picture of a rusty bike therapy group. I hope I'm not breaking any GDPR rules by sharing that. Compare this with a new bicycle, one with 2 wheels, an oily chain. There's no such problem, no such question. Sure, it's obvious. I am the most energy efficient form of transport on the planet. Better than a seagull, better even than a salmon. Of course, better than a jet plane. I mean, you'd have to be the president to think a jet plane was efficient, but look, that's what... So let's get to the point. This rusty bike is like us humans. We're in our heads, elsewhere, lost in thoughts, another time, another place, disassociated from our body, cut off from our senses. We are an incomplete assembly, dysfunctional. We've forgotten what it means to be human. Consequently, we're often sad, confused, aggressive, tormented, disillusioned, dissatisfied, angry, aggressive. Said that already. Fearful, tearful, because we have forgotten what it means to be human, which is where all the dissatisfaction and all these questions around meaning, purpose and fulfillment come from. So we need to come out of our head only and into our whole body, balancing all our faculties and living to our full potential. With body, breath and mind unified and balancing, we feel complete and whole again. We have confidence and clarity, just like a shiny new bicycle with 2 wheels and an oiled chain. Our grand plans and expensive schemes that drive us to extreme lengths and inspire negative behavior, that just falls away, not necessary anymore. As soon as we balance body, breath and mind, we start to feel the difference. We start to feel human again. If you'd like to know more, look in the description below. Meanwhile, have a good day, be well, and look out for those simple pleasures.